Hey guys, buckle up because this one is pure HOA nightmare fuel with a side of justice so sweet it'll make you laugh while your blood boils. Picture this, a quiet tree-lined suburb in the Midwest, the kind where every lawn is supposed to look like it was vacuumed by angels, and every mailbox matches the HOA Bible. Welcome to Evergreen Meadows, where the welcome sign says community first, but the real motto is obey or pay. Our main character, Michaela Hughes, 28 years old, operations manager at a high-stakes medical logistics firm, thought she finally made it when she bought her cute little ranch house on Maple Lane. She was the queen of contingency plans at work, shipping refrigerated hearts across the country before they thawed. But her own life? Yeah, that was running on empty. One random Tuesday, a bright orange notice gets slapped on her door like a parking ticket from hell. It's from the Evergreen Meadows HOA signed by none other than President Barbara "Barb" Thompson, better known to the neighborhood as Karen on steroids. Barb is the textbook definition of a power-tripping HOA tyrant, mid-50s, overweight, squeezed into a loud floral power suit that screams, a shop at the clearance rack of authority, clipboard glued to her hand like it's surgically attached, and that permanent scowl that could curdle milk. She's the type who films your trash can from her window at 6:01 a.m. and calls it community oversight. The notice? A special assessment fee of $480 for emergency repairs to the community clubhouse plumbing. Fine print says it's due immediately, or they slap a lien on your house. You know, because nothing says neighborly like threatening foreclosure over some rusty pipes nobody's seen in 20 years. Michaela's stomach drops. Change shipment at work. A rural clinic needed pediatric meds yesterday, so she fronted the courier fee herself. Her bank account is sitting pretty at $312. Rent, no mortgage plus this new HOA emergency fee puts her $480 short. She stares at the paper the same way you stare at your phone when your boss texts, "We need to talk." The next day, another notice, this one from Karen herself, 72 hours or lien proceedings begin. Michaela sits on her bathroom floor, the only quiet spot in the house, and does the thing she hates most. She texts Mom. "Hi Mom, emergency HOA assessment. $480 short or they lien the house. Can you and Dad help? I'll pay back in 8 days." The reply comes 11 minutes later, cold as the dial tone that follows. "Michaela, your father and I have discussed it. We choose not to send the money. This will be an important life lesson. Guys, choose not to. Not can't. Choose." Her dad calls right after, voice dripping with that disappointed parent sigh. "We're not a bank, Michaela. Your sister Cara is planning her wedding. We just dropped the venue deposit. She's organized. Urgency money." The knife twist. Cara gets stressed by Michaela's dramas. So Michaela is told to handle it quietly. Love is apparently conditional on not inconveniencing the golden child. Michaela hangs up, the dial tone humming like a final door slam. She looks around her little house, the one thing she owned that felt like hers, and knows she has to act. She snaps a picture of her beloved e-bike, the one that turned her commute into freedom, and posts it for $450 cash today, only. Some guy lowballs her for $400 because there's a scratch. She takes it. Sells her old logistics textbooks for $20 at the used bookstore. Knocks on her neighbor's door and sells the microwave for $10. She walks to the corner store, buys a money order for the exact $480, and slips it through the HOA drop box before the deadline. She's safe from the lien for now. But she's broke, no transportation, and Karen's eyes are on her. Michaela packs a bag that night and crashes on her coworker Sarah's couch. In the quiet dark, she opens her notebook, the same one she uses for supply chain audits at work, and writes the date. Project, HOA assessment denied. Source, Karen Thompson / Evergreen Meadows, HOA reason, life lesson. Her anger isn't hot. It's ice cold, methodical. She writes the new line that changes everything. They chose not to help, so I will choose differently. I will never be at the mercy of an HOA again. One day I will control this neighborhood. The seed is planted, guys. Be furious. And Barb Thompson has no idea she just woke up the wrong woman. Fast forward a little, because the backstory here is pure family dysfunction porn. Michaela grew up in the shadow of perfect older sister Cara. Every family portrait, Car front and center, Michaela cropped out by the frame, or literally cut off when mom redecorated. Christmas presents wrapped in comics for Michaela, glittering foil for Kara. The scholarship Michaela earned? She was told to withdraw so Kara could have it. It's just easier. Even her high school science fair trophy got rebranded as inspiration from Kara's cheerleading dedication. Michaela learned early, keep score in silence. Write it down. That same skill set that made her the best ops manager at Arcadia Flow, she turned it on the HOA like a heat-seeking missile. While crashing on Sarah's couch those first few nights, she started the file. Public records first. Evergreen Meadows HOA was run by a management company, Meadow Management LLC, owned by a sleepy family trust that barely paid attention. Barb Thompson wasn't just president. She was the one approving every fine, every vendor contract, and surprise, her cousin's landscaping company got the lion's share of the emergency jobs. Selective enforcement was an art form. Barb's own house looked like a yard sale exploded, but heaven forbid your grass hit 2.6 inches. Michaela went full logistics mode. She mapped every violation notice sent in the last 3 years. Karen finds single moms for unsightly holiday lights while ignoring her own political signs that stayed up year-round. She photographed cracked sidewalks, leaky community pool pipes, the very emergency that justified the 480 assessment, and cross-referenced utility bills showing the HOA was hemorrhaging money on mismanagement. Vacancy, no turnover rate of homeowners trying to escape the fines, was 22% in a market where houses sold in days. It wasn't the market. She hired Naomi Beck, a shark of a real estate attorney who specialized in HOA coups. Find me the loophole, Michaela told her, sliding $3,000 across the desk, every penny she had. Naomi grinned. These bylaws are written by amateurs. Gimme time. Meanwhile, Michaela started attending the monthly HOA meetings in the back row, nursing lukewarm coffee, face blank. Barb would stand at the podium in her loud suits, pearls swinging, voice dripping fake sweetness. We're all family here, folks. Just trying to keep our beautiful community pristine. Then she'd slam some poor retiree with a $300 fine for the wrong shade of mulch. The room would murmur, but nobody spoke up. Classic HOA Stockholm Syndrome. Michaela just took notes. 6 months later, the pieces clicked. The HOA had a rarely used clause. If 20% of homeowners sign a petition citing financial mismanagement, they could force an emergency vote to replace the management company. Michaela started knocking on doors after dark, armed with spreadsheets and photos. I'm not asking you to fight, she'd say softly. I'm asking you to stop getting robbed. Mr. Alvarez from 2 streets over, retired, fed up after 10 months of a broken community gate, signed first. Priya from the cul-de-sac, whose heat bill tripled because of unmaintained common pipes, signed next. The petition grew. Back at work, Michaela was crushing it, promoted to senior manager, saving 60% of every paycheck. At night, she built the pitch deck. Not emotional. Savings if the neighborhood switched to a new management company that actually fixed things instead of finding people. She found Northline Mutual, an impact investing fund that loved sustainable community infrastructure. They bit hard. Karen, of course, smelled trouble. She started leaving passive-aggressive notes on Michaela's door. We've noticed your lawn edging is 1/8 inch off spec. Friendly reminder. Michaela smiled, took pictures, added them to the evidence folder. The war was quiet. Guys, this is where it gets petty and hilarious. Karen goes full cartoon villain. She installs one of those ridiculous Ring cameras aimed at Michaela's driveway for security. She starts a neighborhood Facebook group and posts daily rants about certain residents undermining community standards. Everyone knows it's about Michaela. The dark humor? Karen's own house is a disaster. Peeling paint, lawn gnomes everywhere. But she's out here policing everyone else like the suburb's self-appointed queen. Michaela doesn't argue. Every single violation. She measures her grass with a laser at 7 a.m. Just to be exact. The second. And all the while she's building the legal bomb. Naomi calls one afternoon. I found it. The management company's contract has an escape clause. If the HOA board votes to terminate for cause, financial mismanagement, breach of fiduciary duty, the contract dissolves and homeowners can choose new management, or buy the LLC outright if it's distressed. Bingo. LLC was bleeding money, same as the original apartment building in the old story. Over-leveraged, deferred maintenance, and Karen's family skimming off the top. Michaela ran the numbers the way she ran thermal decay curves at work. Scenario 1, status quo. Karen keeps finding people until the neighborhood dies. Scenario 2, cosmetic fixes. Scenario 3, full repositioning. New rules, no more petty fines, actual repairs, green upgrades to common areas for tax credits. The projected value? Double in 3 years. Homeowners win. She pitched Northline Mutual with 60 slides of cold, beautiful data. They funded the buyout. After the vote, the emergency HOA meeting was called. Karen, in a red power suit that made her look like a walking stop sign, banged a gavel. Order. I've heard rumors of dissension. Let's remember we're a family. Michaela stood up, calm as ever. Actually, Barb, I have a petition signed by 28% of homeowners citing mismanagement. She passed copies around. The room went dead quiet. Karen's face went purple. You're just one disgruntled homeowner who couldn't pay her assessment 6 years ago. Oh, she remembered. Michaela smiled. A life lesson, Barb. Thank you. The vote was brutal. Won Mr. Alvarez Priya, the retired nurse who'd been fined for her political bumper sticker. They told their stories. But the bylaws were clear. Motion passed. Terminated. The buyout was clinical, guys. Carpet, bad coffee. Michaela walked in with Naomi and 3 lawyers. Across the table sat Karen's cousin, sweating in his cheap suit. The deed transferred. The now belonged to Hughes Holdings. Michaela signed with the same cheap black ballpoint she kept from that first night on Sarah's couch, the one she swore she'd use when the day came. Effective 9 a.m. Group email to every homeowner. I am the new owner-operator of Meadow Management. Effective immediately, all pending fines are canceled. HOA dues frozen for 12 months. No special assessments. Actual repairs, not fines. The neighborhood exploded. Their years were suddenly posting photos of their fixed gates, new community mailbox paint, and the crew actually fixing the damn clubhouse pipes. Karen, of course, lost her mind. She filed complaint after complaint with the city, called it corporate takeover, posted conspiracy rants. But the bylaws were ironclad. She was out. Michaela didn't gloat publicly. She just worked. Clipboard in hand, not to fine, but to list repairs. She hired a new maintenance crew that answered the phone. She created the Evergreen Resident Stability Fund, $250,000 of her own money, for anyone hit with a medical bill or job loss. No more liens for life lessons. The dark satire peaked when Karen tried one last power move. She showed up at Michaela's door in full Karen regalia, clipboard out, demanding a special meeting. Michaela opened the door, smiled sweetly, and said, Barb, the meeting is next month. You're welcome to attend as a resident. Not president. The door closed. Karen stood there, mouth open like a fish. Neighbors across the street actually clapped. 6 years to the day after that original 480 notice, the city council hearing for the zoning variance on community upgrades rolled around. Karen and her little band of loyalists showed up in their Sunday best to call Michaela a predatory developer. Barb stood at the podium, voice shaking with righteous fury. This woman is trying to destroy our way of life. She's turning our beautiful neighborhood into a profit machine. Michaela walked up in her normal work blazer, plugged her laptop, and dropped the data. Photos of the moldy clubhouse before. Photos after. Delays because of narrow access roads Karen never fixed. Utility waste charts. Zero rent dues increase for current residents, 18 units permanently affordable for hospital staff, and the stability fund. Home, she said quietly, should never be a lesson. It should be a home. Mr. Up, hat in hands. I've lived here 22 years. Karen, find me for my flag. Days. Priya spoke next, voice cracking. My heat was off for a month under the old board. I was scared to complain. Didn't fix it. They fixed it in 48 hours. The room laughed, warm, relieved. The kind of laugh that comes when people realize the bully finally lost. The council voted 6-1 in favor. Karen stormed out, pearls bouncing, muttering about lawsuits she could never afford. The rooftop, well, the new community terrace on top of the refurbished clubhouse, was finally finished. String lights, long wooden tables, fresh bread, hot soup, cider. A simple cream card at every place. Thank you for staying. Michaela stood by the new, reinforced parapet, looking out over the neighborhood that once tried to take her house. Maria, her new property manager, touched her arm. You have visitors. Her family walked in like they'd stepped into the wrong movie. Dad in a blazer, Mom in pearls and silk, Kara in her bridal white. They scanned the crowd with that same mix of confusion and distaste they'd worn at every family dinner. Mom spotted her. We had to park 3 blocks away. Your cousin saw you on the news. What you doing? Michaela didn't raise her voice. Bronze plaque by the entrance. Evergreen Meadows, refounded 2026, owned and operated by Hughes Holdings LLC. The silence was beautiful. Kara looked like someone had unplugged her. Mom's hand flew to her pearls. Michaela smiled, calm as ever. Welcome to my neighborhood. She walked to the podium, tapped the mic. 6 years ago, I was fined $480 by this HOA. My family taught me a life lesson. Stand on your own 2 feet. So I did. Actually, I bought the whole damn neighborhood. Tonight, I'm making 2 promises. 1, the Resident Stability Fund is fully funded. $250,000 in grants, not loans. 2, if any critical repair, heat, water, electric, isn't fixed in 24 hours, your dues that month are free. We keep our promises. The cheer that went up rattled the lights. Mr. Pounding the table. Priya was crying, happy tears. The news camera panned across her family's stunned faces, then zoomed in on the bronze plaque. Michaela raised her cider. And on the edge, to everyone who was ever cut from the frame, to everyone who has ever chosen not to be helped, we choose each other. The guitarist struck up a joyful tune. Her family stood frozen outside the circle of light, realizing for the first time they were no longer in the picture. Michaela was home. It was finally beautifully hers.